So here in Adobe Premiere, I have this long interview clip and I've already transcribed it. This gives me a long transcript that I can export as a text file. Now, for editing the video, I want to work directly with this transcript. So I created a short new text document where I copied only the snippets that I want to use in my final edit. I included the speaker information here, but that's optional. The important part is the actual text that I want to appear in the final sequence. These are just selected parts from the original transcript without any timing information. That makes it much easier to work with because I don't have to carry all those timestamps around while editing the text. Now I want Automation Agent to create an automatic edit from this script. First, I make sure that the MCP server of Automation Agent is up and running and that it is configured for the agent I want to use. And to make sure the agent doesn't make any dangerous or unintended changes to my project, I also open the execution permissions. Here, I enable restricted write access. This means the agent can only change the parts of the project that I explicitly allow. In this case, the agent needs to create a new sequence inside the bin called Automation Agent Output. So I select this bin and add it as an allowed project item. Then I do the same for my source footage, in this case the Jennifer Chase interview clip. The reason is that when parts of this clip are inserted into the new sequence, then the in and out points of the clip need to be changed temporarily, and these changes also count as write access. Next, I open the Automation Agent Help. In the Workflow Recipes section, there is a recipe for exactly what we want to do here. Transcript-based assembly from a text script. The documentation includes a ready-to-use copy and paste prompt. One thing I want to highlight is that this prompt already says that the new sequence should be created in a project bin named Automation Agent Output. So this matches exactly what we just configured in the permission settings. If you want to create your target sequence somewhere else, you need to adjust the prompt accordingly. Also note that the prompt says use the currently selected clip project item in the project panel as a source. So make sure that our source footage that we want to use is selected. Now I copy the prompt and paste it into my chatbot. In this case, I'm using OpenAI Codex, but you could also use Claude Code from Anthropic, for example. Then I also attach the text file from my transcript edit, the file that contains only the lines I want to use in the final edit. So with both the prompt and the text file attached, I choose the model. Here I'm using GPT 5.5, and then I ask the agent to run the workflow. The interview is about 1.5 hours long, so it takes a little while for the agent to process everything and find the right matches. After about 6.5 minutes, we get the result. As you can see, Automation Agent created a new sequence with snippets from our source clip inserted in the right order. It also added some extra markers. If we play this back, you can see that the snippets contain exactly the parts from our text-based script.
Jennifer, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to have a wide-ranging conversation. So just perhaps to begin with something very simple, where are we?
We are in the Microsoft New England Research and Development Center, which is in.
You can also see that in this third section, we actually have two clips stacked on top of each other. And there is a marker explaining why. If we look at the marker comment, it says that this repeated interview question occurred twice. So it looks like they repeated this question during the interview, which means the same text appeared twice in the original source clip. Instead of silently choosing one of them, the agent placed both alternatives in the sequence. Now we can watch both versions and decide which one we want to keep.
How did you end up here? How did you end up here?
Here is another special case, also annotated with a marker. This marker says that the text match type was near. The source says, I think it's actually just begun, while the target script says, I think it has actually just begun. So the text is very close, but not exactly identical. The agent still found the likely match, but it also warns us that this is not a 100% exact text match. In other words, whenever the agent has a doubt or runs into a matching issue, it doesn't hide that from us. Instead, it adds markers to the sequence and explains what happened. Finally, here in the sequence you can see a larger gap between two clips. To understand what this means, we can again look at the marker placed at that gap. This marker explains that no text match could be found for this part of the script. I included this as a little test. In the target script, I added a sentence that was never spoken in the interview and where there was not even a close match. The agent detected that there was no corresponding clip. And again, it didn't silently ignore the problem, and instead, it inserted a gap and added a marker warning us that this text could not be found. And that's the whole workflow. You can create an edit simply by editing text in a text editor. And then let the AI agent do the rest for you with Automation Agent.